Hare Krishna. Welcome. We also have a children's room at the back. So if the kids, if they're not settled, you can take them there also. They can play and they can do like that. Okay, so thank you all for coming to harekrishnavalley.com.au. So this is Hare Krishna Valley, and we have a very spiritual atmosphere here. And the reason we have this place is because we're showing an example of simple living and higher thinking. That we want to have a place which is based on spiritual consciousness, where you can be less materialistic. Because the world is very materialistic now. Have you noticed? People are very materialistic, right? Everyone is absorbed in materialism. So they need a place they can come, they can be less materialistic and more focused on spiritual life. So that is the purpose of this place, to have a more spiritual existence. So what we're practicing here is Bhakti Yoga. Have you heard of Bhakti Yoga? What is Bhakti?
Devotion.
Devotion. Yeah, very good. Devotion. Bhakti means you do devotion. Now, devotion to who? Krishna. And who is Krishna? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, God Himself. So, our ashram is a Bhakti Yoga ashram. Maybe a little bit too much competition for me. We also have children's room in the back. Yeah, might be easier. Because if we have two classes going simultaneously, then it becomes more difficult. Hare Krishna. So, Bhakti Yoga ashram. It means the ashram where Bhakti Yoga is taught and practiced. So Bhakti means devotion. Right? And when you show devotion, Bhakti is the way we express our love or our prema. How do we show love for someone? Right? We do something for them. Right? That is Bhakti, that is devotion. Right? So in our tradition, we express that devotion to Bhagavan, to God. In India you say Bhagwan. Right? In Australia we say God. We're saying same thing. We're saying we're focused on serving someone higher than us. That is Bhakti Yoga. Because Bhakti or devotion, there has to be an object to receive it. Like I was speaking to one of our friends before about Dvaita and Advaita. Yeah. So Advaita means non-dual. Right? But then Bhakti cannot exist within the non-dual atmosphere. Because non-dual means everything is homogeneous, everything is light, everything is Brahman. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti, Shabjate. In Bhagavatam it says, there are three phases of the absolute truth. Right? One is Brahman. Brahman means light or energy. Right? But Bhakti cannot be exchanged in light or energy. Just like there was light going through the room from the globes, from the light. But you cannot exchange any emotion within that. It's just energy. That does make sense? Right? So that is part of the absolute truth. But then there is Bhagavan, and that is the Dvaitavad philosophy, which is part of our tradition. Dvaita means dual, right? There must be a relationship being exchanged between two, because Dvaita literally means dua. Du means two, right? So there must be two personalities. There is ourselves, and then there is Bhagavan, and there is an exchange of love. Just like all of you have been in relationships. You're married or you've been in a relationship. Why? Because you feel like you need to exchange. That's why people do it. Otherwise you would just live as a brahmachari or a brahmacharini. I was brahmachari for 8 years. No relationship. Right? But then I got married. I became grihasta. Right? So why is that? Because there's a need for exchange, a relationship. Right? So within the Vedic tradition, there are two schools of thought. One is Advaita, which is everything is just energy. And then there is Dvaita, which means there is an exchange between two. So people will choose what they feel most comfortable with. But in our tradition, we stick with the Dvaita, which means the relationship. Because ultimately pleasure comes from relationships. Satisfaction. It becomes from an exchange of love. That's what everyone does all day long. You all have kids, right? And why do you have kids? Because you want to exchange love, right? Otherwise you would not have a child, right? But that is your mentality. You want to exchange, right? So in our tradition we have that mentality that we want to exchange with someone superior. Now, the only way we can be truly happy is when we have a relationship with the Supreme Person. Because the relationships in this world will not give you complete satisfaction. Hands up if you have a relationship in this world which completely satisfies you. You can put your hand up. No one. Why is that? Because you're looking in the wrong place. Everyone looks for happiness in this world. Right? Hands up if you're completely happy in this world. Right? No one's putting their hand up. Because we're looking for it in the wrong place. Right? Because you can only get complete happiness when you put your devotion, your bhakti towards Krishna, towards Bhagavan, towards God. Then you'll be completely satisfied. So that's what we're teaching here. So whenever you see a picture of Krishna, you see in all the pictures, Krishna is there. Krishna always has the halo. Right? Halo means, we call it Brahman, or Brahma Jyoti. Jyoti means light. Right? Brahman means spirit. So he has that light. So the light exists, the energy exists, Brahman exists. There is a non-dual part of God. But in our understanding, it is emanating from him. In the Bhagavad Gita he says, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. I am the resting place of the light. Just like the sun, right, Surya, the sun is giving light right now. Light and heat to the earth right now. So where does the light and the heat come from? It comes from the sun, right? That is the effulgence, right? In the same way, this Brahman, this energy, right, which people are trying to merge into, that is coming from Bhagavan, from Krishna. So therefore it says, Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavanichi Shabjate. There are three phases of the Absolute Truth. Right? There is Brahman, the light, which comes from him. There is Paramatma. Paramatma means, Param literally means supreme. Atma means soul. So Krishna, God expands himself into every atom within the creation, right, as the supreme soul. That is how he is Savagya. Because God is Savagya. Krishna is Savagya. Savagya means all-knowing. How do you know everything? Right? Hands up if you know everything. Right? Why? Because we're limited. Like, I don't know what's going on in that room right now. Right? I know they're cooking, but what are they doing specifically right at this moment? I cannot tell you because I'm not there. But Krishna is in every atom simultaneously. So therefore, he knows everything. That is called Savagya. Therefore, that is called Paramatma. He enters into every atom, and that's how he knows everything. Imagine you're everywhere at once. Only one person can do that. Right? That's why we respect him. Right? So, Brahman, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan, iti shabdite. Bhagavan means Bhagavan, the abode of opulence, or the supreme person. Right? That is Krishna. He is the supreme person. So we'll only be satisfied if we give our hearts and our love to Krishna. Right? So that's what we're teaching here at Hare Krishna Valley. So it's called simple living, higher thinking. Right? We live a simple existence, not so materialistic, and we focus on higher concepts like what we're speaking about now. And if you do that, your life will be happy and satisfied. Then you will feel complete. Purna. Just like when the moon is full, what do we call that? Purnima. Purna. Purna means complete. When it's complete. So your soul is meant to be complete. Hands up if you feel complete. Purna. You should feel like that. Everyone should feel like that. If you're not, that means you're not doing bhakti. Right? Your bhakti is not flowing to Krishna. You're not serving Krishna enough. Because when you're serving complete, you will feel complete. If it doesn't work, we'll give your money back. If you serve Krishna and you don't feel complete, then but it will make you feel like that. So, this time of year is very close to Gita Jayanti. What is Gita Jayanti? The Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Yes, the Gita Jayanti. Right? On the Ekadashi. So it was about 2 weeks ago. Tomorrow is Ekadashi. Yeah. So on the Ekadashi happens twice a month. Ekadashi. Dashi. Dasha means 10. Eka 1. 11. So 11 days after full moon, 11 days after dark moon, Amavasya Purnima, that is called Ekadashi. That is a spiritual day. You're meant to do more spiritual practices on that day. So the last Ekadashi, that was Gita Jayanti. That was the day that Bhagavad Gita was spoken. And Bhagavad Gita is one of the most famous books in the world. And Bhagavad Gita, what does it mean? Gita means the song, and Bhagavad means of the Supreme, of God, song of God. Hands up if you believe that Krishna actually spoke this. Most of you, that's good. Yeah, because 5,000 years ago, it is said, according to the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavata Mahabharata, it is said that the Yadavamsha, Krishna, God himself, actually came to earth. Just like it says 2,000 years ago, right? Someone else came to earth. What was his name? Jesus. Right? Just like, what year is it now? 2025. 2025 from what? 2025 years from what? When Jesus was on the planet. Jesus was so important, we name our whole calendar after him. Right? 2025 from what? Since Jesus was here on the earth. So in our tradition, not only does Krishna send his son, but sometimes the Father comes as well. So 5,000 years ago, Krishna himself came to earth. Right? I was just there 1 month ago in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is where Krishna himself lived when he was here on earth. You can feel the spiritual energy because God himself was there. You can feel the potency, the Shakti from the place. So Bhagavad Gita means Song of God. Krishna came and 5,000 years he spoke this. And it was recorded. Who wrote it down? The Bhagavad Gita. Now we have it in a book form. Right? Who wrote the book? Yeah, Ganesh. It was spoken by Mahamuni Vyasadeva. He spoke it, and Ganesh, if you go into our meditation garden, there is a statue of Ganesh. Ganesh wrote he wrote it all down. He was the scribe. Right? So Bhagavad Gita is said to be the law book for humanity. Right? Just like humanity now, there are so many problems. There are so many conflicts on the earth. That is because people are not following the Bhagavad Gita. Because when you study Bhagavad Gita, it will solve your problems. Why do people fight? Because of avidya. Avidya means ignorance. Avidya literally means without knowledge or no knowledge. When you have knowledge or spiritual understanding, you will not fight with other people because you will understand your spiritual essence. You'll understand who you are. If I am Atma, if I am soul, right, and you are also, then there is no conflict. People only have conflict when they say, I am from Pakistan and you are from India. Or I am from Russia, you are from Ukraine. Right? Or you are from Gaza, I am from Israel. And then they fight. That's ignorance. The Bhagavad Gita teaches you, first thing Bhagavad Gita teaches is what?
You're not your body.
You are not your body. So if you're not your body, you're not Israeli, right? You're not from Gaza. You're not Indian or Pakistani. You have no reason to fight. You're not Christian or Muslim or Hindu or Buddhist or Jew. You're not these things. There's a misconception. It's called avidya. Avidya means ignorance. So when you have this ignorance, then you will fight. So if you follow Bhagavad Gita, you will not, because you'll understand, what does Krishna teach? You are the soul. So therefore, Krishna says, one who studies this knowledge, in the chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita, he says, Pandit Samadarshana. You become Pandit. Pandit means learned person. A learned person, Samadarshana. Sama means same, equal. In English we say same. Right? In Sanskrit we say sama. Right? Sama darshan. Darshan means you see. You see everyone equally. So you don't like or dislike anyone because you see everyone equally. Right? That is knowledge. That is jnana. So therefore Krishna is speaking this in Bhagavad Gita. Right? So that is chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna speaks his basic knowledge in the beginning, chapter 2. Then in chapter 3 is called, anyone remember the title of chapter 3? Karma Yoga. Karma means action, activity. Right? Karma means you do something. That is called karma. Karma yoga means to connect. Connect your activity to Krishna. Right? Because at the moment your activity is materialistic. Like you go to work all week, is it not? And then what do you do with your money? You go to the shops on the weekend, you buy things that you don't need. Basically that's what you do with your life. Right? You work all week and then you go and buy things you don't really need. Right? That's called karma. Right? Karma yoga means, okay, I work all week, now I made some money, let me use the money to serve Krishna. That is called karma yoga. Understand? That's what Krishna speaks in the 3rd chapter. Then, chapter 4 is called Jnana Yoga. Jnana. Jnana means knowledge. It means studying to understand that you are not the body, you are the soul. What is the best way to get knowledge? What is the best way? If you want spiritual knowledge, what is the best way to get it? In chapter 4, Krishna explains. What is it?
From right teacher. Get it from right teacher.
Krishna says in chapter 4, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. Right? You have to approach someone who is tattva darshana, who has seen the truth, who is a spiritual master, a guru. Right? And you have to follow his teachings. He will teach you the Bhagavad Gita. Right? And in ISKCON, in the Hare Krishna movement, our Param Guru is Srila Prabhupada, right? Who brought these teachings to the Western world. Why does this Hare Krishna farm, why is it here? Because Prabhupada came and he taught it. Have you been to Albert Park, the temple in Melbourne? Yeah. Prabhupada opened that temple, 1975, 50 years ago. He opened that temple. And then this farm was brought as an extension of that. Right? You need a guru. If you don't have guru, how will you understand? Not only do you need guru, but you need a bona fide guru. Because there are many cheating gurus. Many cheating gurus. You know, they grow a beard and they put on the turban and they look like a guru. But what do they speak? Is it what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita? Because a real guru will only speak what Krishna is teaching. Krishna says in chapter 4, Evam parampara praptam imam rajashiyo vidu. Right? The guru must come in parampara. Parampara means disciplic succession. like you see, you can't see now because the screen there, but you see, we have our gurus. Prabhupada had a guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Had a guru, Gorka Shodas Babaji Maharaj. Had a guru, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. All the way back to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then back 5,000 years to Krishna himself. Back through Madhvacharya. And then to Narada. Right? And then back to Krishna himself. Vyasadeva. All the way back. If you don't have guru, you will not understand the truth. But you need the right guru. One who teaches you. That's why Bhagavad Gita, this Bhagavad Gita is called Bhagavad Gita as it is. Nothing changed. So many gurus now, they change the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita as I want to tell you. It's true, many do. So you have to study under a guru. That's the best way to receive knowledge, spiritual knowledge. But the guru has to be bona fide. Right? Then, chapter 5 is called the fusion. It is called action in Krishna consciousness. You take karma from chapter 3, you take jnana from chapter 4, and then you act. Action, because in this world you have to act. You're busy. Hands up if you're busy. Everyone's busy. That's the disease in this world. Right? Prabhupada said the disease is people don't have time. Right? You just get up in the morning and just run to work. Then you come back, you're exhausted, and you just sleep. And then on the weekend, Saturday, you sleep. Take the kids to soccer, so then you don't get a break. And Sunday, you're tired and you have to drive all the way to the Hare Krishna farm. So you can feed some cows. So you do some punya. You do your dharma. Like that. But you're exhausted. Hands up if you're exhausted. Okay, few people. Not many people with their hands up. That's actually good. If you can be unexhausted in this day and age, you're actually doing very well. Because it's not easy, actually. Because the way the world is so materialistic. Right? So karma means activity. You have to work. But jnana means with knowledge. Right? Do your activity in this world, but do it with enlightenment, with spiritual knowledge. Action in Krishna consciousness. And devote the activity for the pleasure of Krishna. Is Krishna happy? Just like we're cooking lunch for everyone today. But what do we do with the lunch before we serve it? We offer it to Krishna. And then it becomes prasad. Yeah. And then you take prasad. Just like now. We're bringing the offering. Bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment. But not for you. If you try to eat it first, we'll take one stick. And we'll say, hey, don't touch. But Krishna will have first. When Krishna is satisfied, then we will take prasad. Right? So we cook, that is karma. But we have knowledge, we know the food has to be offered to Krishna, then it is given to you as prasad. Okay, so that is action with knowledge. That's chapter 5. Chapter 6 is called Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga means Dhyan. What is Dhyan?
Knowledge.
No, that's Gyan. Dhyan.
Chanting.
Meditation.
Dhyan means meditation. Dhyana, to fix the mind. Dhyana. So Krishna speaks about this in chapter 6. But Arjuna says to Krishna, he says, it is more difficult to control the mind than to control the raging wind. Huh? Do you understand that? Your mind is stronger than the wind. Like, have a look at the wind today, it's quite strong. Right? I've seen it much more strong than this, but quite strong. Your mind is stronger than that. Right? If your mind doesn't want to do something, it will give you hell. Huh? Does anyone understand what I'm talking about? Huh? Does your mind ever give you a hard time? Does it? So then, Arjuna says, how do I control my mind? And then what does Krishna say? Abhyas and Vairagya. This is how you control the mind. What does abhyas mean? Practice. You have to practice. Wherever the mind goes, you have to bring it back. Just like every day I'm chanting for 2 hours. Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Ram. Mind will go different places. You have to bring it back. Right? You have to practice controlling the mind. Bring it back, bring it back. Focus on Krishna's name. Over time, you will learn to control your mind by practice. Right? Just like the kids. You have to teach them. Hey, calm down. Your mind is actually said to be like a monkey. Markat. Anyone here from India? Right? What are the monkeys like in India?
Bananas. These days, sunglasses or items.
The monkeys in India are crazy. I was there 1 month ago. Right? They can't control their minds. The monkey just jumping here and there. They're crazy. It's like crazy. Imagine if humans were like monkeys. I mean, they kind of are, but, imagine if everyone's just running around like a monkey, just doing crazy things. What do we do when the humans get like that? We say, hey, calm down. Right? That's why sometimes we have to have jails and we have to do these things. Hey, stop, calm down. Right? That's why we have police. Right? Hey, stop, calm down. Right? So the monkey, the mind is like that, markat. Right? Monkey is jumping. The mind is like that. Hard to control, but you have to learn to practice. Bring it under control. Bring it under control. Bring it under control. So Krishna said, abhyas, practice, and vairagya. What does vairagya mean? Detachment. You have to become detached from your mind. If you listen to your mind too much, you will become crazy. Right? You see some people, they go crazy because they listen to it too much. So you have to become vairagya, means detached. Right? Actually, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, one of our great gurus, he says, when you deal with the mind, you have to carry a stick, danda. Just like in India, the police have danda, they have stick. Even in Australia, they have baton. They take a bat. Sometimes they pull it out. Hey, calm down. In India, they do all the time. The police pull out the stick. Hey. India's good because they will beat you. In Australia, like if the police beat you, then you take the police to court. It turns into a whole thing. In India, they just beat you. If the police brings out the stick, okay, that's it. Right? Calm down. That's what it's for. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says when you deal with the mind, go straight to danda. But just pick up the stick and say, hey, calm down. Right? Otherwise you'll get nowhere in your spiritual life. If you don't control your mind will control you. Right? And then your life will become problematic. You see so many problems in the world. Do you know people have problems in their life? Have you seen? Some people have big problems. You see the world? That's all because the minds are not under control. Because if you have control of the mind, your life will be shanti, peaceful. If you don't have control of the mind, then so many problems. So Krishna says, become detached. Abhyas vairagya. Then, chapter 7 to 12 of Bhagavad Gita is the Bhakti Yoga section. The first 6 chapters are called the Karma Yoga section. The last 6 chapters are called Jnana Yoga. But the middle 6 chapters are called the Bhakti Yoga. Right? Where Krishna is teaching bhakti. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavanyas chasmi tattvataha. Krishna says in chapter 18, you can only understand me by bhakti. Hands up if you want to understand God. Krishna, yeah. So then Krishna says, only by bhakti. That's what he says. Now there are so many false gurus in the world. So many false gurus. They say if you want to understand God, you have to understand you are God. Actually, you are God. You have to understand it. You've just forgotten that you are God. Krishna doesn't say that in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mataha sarvam pravartate. I am God. Krishna says that. I am God. Right? And he can prove it. Because look at what he created. We can't create this. Right? Humans can only make an iPhone, and even these break. They're not perfect. We can't even make something perfect. God makes perfect things. Right? If the sun was further away or closer, the earth would not exist. Right? Who made it all so perfect? So everything is just the perfect proportion and dimension. That is Krishna, that is God. Right? So if you want to understand God, if you want to understand Krishna, he says, he's the best person to tell you how to understand him. He says, by bhakti, by devotion. Worship me. Love me, honor me. Mamana bhavama bhakto, madhyaji mam namaskuru. Krishna says, think of me. Offer your respect to me. Worship me. Bow down to me. Then you will understand me. Bhaktosi me sakacheti. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. By devotion and with a saka. Saka means friendly. You have to be friendly towards Krishna. If someone's not friendly, you don't want to be with them. Right? When someone's not friendly, you say, hey, stay away from me. If someone's friendly, you say, hey, come. So we have to be friendly towards Krishna. And then you will understand him. So then in chapter 8, attaining the Supreme, Krishna teaches us how to die. What is the most important moment of your life? What is the most important moment of your life? What is the most important? Out of all, how many seconds are there in one day? 24 hours. Each hour has 60 minutes. So how many minutes in one day? I don't know, but it's just...
86,000.
How much?
1,400.
Something. Minutes in a day, right? So how many seconds?
86,000.
86,000, okay. Something like that. 86,000. And then every day has 86,000 moments, right? And then you live for so many years. What is the most important moment of your life? The last moment. That's all that counts. Because the last moment, Krishna says in chapter 8, Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam, whatever you think of at the time of death, that's what you will attain without fail. So Krishna says, if you think of me, you will come to me. But if you think of your cat, you might become a cat. We know, there's evidence. There's evidence of these things. People being born in different situations. We can prove it actually. We can prove reincarnation. I can show you, I can give you examples. If you study it, there's many examples of people who can remember who they were previously. Many examples. Right? We can prove it, all these things. So whatever you think of at the time of death, that's what you will attain. So Krishna says, think of me. How do you think of Krishna? You have to practice during your life. That is called sadhana. Sadhana means practice, daily practice. Why do I chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram? Why do I do that for 2 hours a day, every day for the last 35 years? Why? So that at the time of death, I will think of Krishna. And then I can go to him. I was in New Zealand, 2009, I had a car crash. Right? I was driving down the road, my wife was driving, and we hit ice, and the car went crash. And I woke up in hospital. I still don't remember the accident, right? Because got hit on the head like that. I don't remember. So I woke up, I'm in hospital, and I thought, okay. I don't remember going to sleep here, but now I'm woke up in the hospital. And then my wife came in, and I said, what happened? She said, oh, car accident. We were driving and hit the ice. And, oh, okay. I said to her, what was I doing? She said, when we were crashing, we didn't die, almost, but when we were crashing, she said, you were saying, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Because who else can save you? No one else can save you. Right? So that will be your test in your life. Will you remember Krishna at the time of death? If you do, you will go to Krishna. If you don't, you come back here to Wyndham Vale, Point Cook, Trigonina. Yeah. Come back again. Right? Is it good? It's okay. It's okay. It's not great. It's okay. Trigonina's okay. They're having a lot of problems though there, around that area, the western area, a lot of problems. Yeah, we won't go into a whole class on the problems. There's a lot of problems. The world has a lot of problems. If you want to come back here to this world, no problem. Samsara chakra, you can keep coming back again and again, no problem. But if you want to go to Krishna, Vaikuntha, where Krishna lives, where there are no problems, okay? But then you have to remember Krishna at the time of death. Will you remember Krishna at the time of death? Will you?
Working on it.
Yeah, you're working on it. I'm asking him.
Oh.
Will you? Maybe. You went. So it means you have to work harder. Because Indian people come to Australia and they think this is swaga. Oh. Things work here. Ooh. Yeah. Things don't just break down, or the power doesn't go off, or it's not polluted, and it's like swaga. But don't be bewildered by swaga. Right? See beyond it. Look for Krishna, even beyond this world. So you have to be very deep in your consciousness. You have to choose what you want. Right? So then Krishna teaches in chapter 9. Chapter 9 is called the most confidential knowledge. Right? And that's where Krishna speaks his heart. And he says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachanti. If you offer me with love, bhakti, a leaf, a flower, some fruit or some water, I will accept it. Right? You can directly connect to God, to Krishna, if you have bhakti or devotion for him. Right? All you have to do is offer, like we're doing now, making an offering, right, to Krishna. Just one leaf, called tulsi. One leaf. A flower. Some fruit, phal. Water. If you offer to Krishna, then Krishna will. He will accept your love. He will accept your bhakti. Right? Bhakti is very simple. Right? You don't have to do very much to satisfy Krishna. So then as we go into the final part of the Bhagavad Gita, the final part is called Jnana Yoga, where Krishna speaks of the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. You understand this? You understand this? These three. Sattva, guna means the modes of nature, the qualities of nature. There are three hidden forces which act upon this world at all times. All of us are affected by it at all times in this world. Just like right now, what are some of the things that you're affected by in this world right now? One is called Kala. Kala means time. Are you affected by time?
Yes.
Are you within time right now? Right? We're all surrounded by it right now. Can you see it? Can you touch it? Can you stop it? You're all controlled by it. Right? It's more powerful than you. It's called Kala. Right? Go back in time. We all want to. We all want to. Right? People sing songs about it. Right? I want to go back, and you can't do it. You can't change it. Once it's past, you can't go back. That's it. So it's more powerful than us. That's an example of something in this world. Another example is called gravity. Right? Can you escape it? You can try. I haven't seen anyone. Okay. You know, we all want to fly or float. You can't do it. I've never seen anyone do it. Maybe occasionally you'll see some yogi who will go off the ground or something, occasionally. But to actually escape it, no. So, on top of these things, we have the gunas, which means sattva, rajas, tamas, which means goodness. Rajas means passion. Tamas means ignorance. There are three energies in this world which are affecting us all the time. Sattva means goodness. When you align yourself with the energy of goodness, you feel peaceful and happy. Rajas means action, right? It affects us and it gets us stimulated. Come on, let's do something. Come on, that's rajas, right? You need it in life. You need to be active to get something done. But if it controls you too much, right, it will lead to darkness, which is called tamas. Tamas means the dark energy, where people, they get worn down and they go into the dark energy. It leads to procrastination, laziness, insanity, all these things. Does it make sense? The three energies? Yeah. So they're all there. They're all working on us. Krishna explains in the Gita that we should align ourselves with sattva, with goodness, peace and happiness. Like this place we are now. It's peaceful. Is it peaceful?
Yes.
Are you feeling happy? Yeah, because it's sattva. That's the energy which is here. And we maintain that energy. Right? We could turn this into a city and then it becomes passionate. Right? Then it becomes rajasic. Right? It becomes full of passion. Everyone, come on. Like if you go to the city, everyone's like, you know, when I don't go very often to Melbourne, to CBD, but twice a year or so. And when I stand on the street, I just watch everyone. Everyone's like walking like... That's all we do in the city. Everyone just goes, and then they go, and then you go there, and then you just go there, and it's like that. Where are you actually going? What are you actually doing? Right? You're trying to achieve so much, but what's actually being achieved? This is rajas. Right? Oh, let me build a big building, 100 stories high. Rajas. Let me tear it down. Okay. What's the point of all this? Right? And then finally we have tamas. Tamas means darkness. Right? If you don't control yourself in this world, your material desires, you will become crazy. Right? Some people become literally crazy, and everyone's a little bit crazy in this world. Because they work hard all week, and then they go and they buy them. Like, I had one friend, Ronnie. Ronnie lives in Melbourne. I haven't seen him actually for a long time, 10 or 20 years. I haven't seen him for a long time. He was working in a factory in Melbourne, right? And he'd bring me up sometimes, speak to him, you know, because I'm a Hare Krishna devotee, so he respects me as like a spiritual person. So he would ring me sometimes, and he was living there, and he was sympathetic or interested in our teachings, so he would ring me. And he was working in the factory, and then he said, I worked hard for 3 months to save up for a plasma television. I think he said it was like 16 foot, right? That's big. That's like, you know, big television. He worked hard for 3 months to buy the television. And then he got it and took it home, set it up, turned it on, and then he rang me and he said, there's nothing on. There's nothing on. There's nothing to watch. I'm bored. And I said, what are you doing with your life? You work hard, all this energy, it's called rajas, all this activity, and then what's the result? There's no happiness there. That is good. So we have to control ourselves. So Krishna says, align yourself with sattva, with goodness, and then from goodness go to shuddha sattva, which means practice bhakti, right, from the platform of peace and happiness, and then practice devotion to Krishna, and then you will attain Krishna. And then at the very end of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives his final teaching, Savadaman parijaja mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sava papebhyo mokshayashami masuchaha. So Krishna says, Savadaman parijaja, abandon everything, and then mam ekam sharanam braja. Eka means one. So at the end, Krishna gives one instruction. What is Krishna's one instruction? Sharana. Sharana means surrender to me, Krishna says. That's his final instruction in Bhagavad Gita. Just surrender to me. Give your life to me, you'll be happy. Is it true or not true? Huh? Is it true or not true? If you surrender to Krishna, will you be happy or not?
Yes.
Right? Everyone's saying yes, so then what are you doing with your life? Do it. Krishna is telling you to do it, then do it. Give your life to him. Huh? Prabhupada said, for so many lifetimes you've served so many masters. One lifetime you give to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to Krishna, and then at the end of your life, whatever you're lacking, he will cover it, he will take you back to God. Is it true or not true? It's true. Huh? It's true. You have to believe it. If you believe it, Krishna will protect you. So that is a little bit of a summary of the Bhagavad Gita, because 2 weeks ago was Gita Jayanti, so I thought we'd speak a little bit about the glories of the Bhagavad Gita. I'll stop here. I'll ask if anyone has any questions or any comments, and then we can have some discussion. Any questions or any comments on the meaning of life, the universe, everything? Comments? Yes, sir.
Does surrendering, does that mean giving up everything, or like define surrendering to Krishna? Does it mean I have to quit my job and, you know, move to an ashram? Like what does that mean, you know? What does it look like?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, so surrender, the word sharana means surrender. So it means to give up things that you may not like to give up and accept things that may be difficult for you. Why? For the pleasure of Krishna. Right? So it doesn't mean you have to give up everything in this world. But it means that whatever you do, you have to offer the fruit. Say if you work, right? Some people have jobs. Anyone here have a job? Yeah. Are you happy at your job? Hands up if you're happy at your job. One person, okay. Hands up if you're not happy at your job. One person. And the rest of you, I don't know what you're not happy or unhappy. But you have to work. Some people have to work because they have families and so forth. But they offer the fruit to Krishna. That is called surrender. So it means at the end of the week you work hard, you get your money, and then you give some of the money to Krishna. You know, like you come here to Hare Krishna Valley, so you give some money to help maintain this spiritual atmosphere and to serve the cows, Krishna's cows. So this is a way of doing seva, like that. So you don't have to give up everything immediately, but gradually you can work on it. As long as you're going forward year after year, as long as you're surrendering more to Krishna year after year, then Krishna will be satisfied. Krishna has to see progress. That's all. Is it okay? Would you like to add anything? Right. As long as there's progress. That's all. Any other questions? Yeah.
Prabhu, you mentioned that there are conflict in this world, and because people identify with their body, which is true in a sense, but how do you there are people who cannot let go of that attitude. And how do we deal with such situations like people constantly identify with their body, their religion, and when you try to explain them that this is not how you should live your life, there is a contradiction because their ideologies conflict with what we think. And we try to convince them in much different ways, but eventually someone else supersedes what we are trying to say and they follow their ideology. In that situation, how do you?
If someone is following a genuine spiritual path, they will not have conflict with others.
That's the thing, because some ideologies don't believe in spirit as such, because they totally identify with body. There's no concept of soul in it. Like you die.
Like, give an example.
Like for example, the Islamic ideology.
No, that's not true. That's completely untrue. It's all based on God. It's all based on going to the kingdom of God. So it's all based on going to a place which is spiritual, not staying here. The point is, people, they have conflict. That's based on material identification, bodily identification. Because if you got Buddha and Muhammad and Jesus and any of the great teachers together in one room, do you think they would have conflict with each other? Do you think they would argue?
As per their theory.
Thousands of years later, their followers are arguing and fighting with each other. But if they were actually all together, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, these great teachers, do you think they would fight? No. They would find harmony because they're spiritually enlightened beings. It's only when people water down the teachings that it becomes materialistic. No? So it's not the original teaching. If you follow the original teaching, you will be calm and peaceful. People don't follow, that's the problem. We have to be careful, don't deviate, follow the teachings. If you follow the actual teachings, then you will be peaceful. Any other question?
How do you know you are enlightened? Like, how do you know that?
How do you know?
How do you like experience that you are enlightened being, or like if you're attaining enlightenment? How do you know?
If you're enlightened or attaining enlightenment? Which one? They're two different things.
Yeah, attaining and like how.
Yeah, attaining means you feel there's progress, right? How do you know you're attaining enlightenment? Because you're becoming less materialistic. You know, your material desires are becoming less. So then you know you're progressing. You're not thinking of material things all the time. Right? How do you know you've attained enlightenment? If you've attained enlightenment, you wouldn't be asking the question because you would be enlightened. So you know that, oh, am I enlightened or am I not? No, you're enlightened, so you know. Means you have no more material desires and you have prema or love for Krishna. That's enlightenment.
Unconditional.
Yeah, unconditional love. Yeah. Ahoituki apratihata. Yayatma suprasidati. Ahoituki means no material motivation. Maybe just don't do the tapping because it will come out in the camera. No material motivation. Apratihata means no interruption. Right? You just want to serve Krishna all the time. That's when you know you're enlightened. Okay? TK? Okay. Any other question?
How can you connect with Krishna in your busy day when you're working from morning to night? What are the other engagements if someone needs to start their devotional life and they can follow?
The best thing to do is have sadhana in the morning. Because if you wake up early in the morning and you do sadhana, you chant Hare Krishna and you do these practices, then during the day you will automatically think of Krishna. If you wake up in the morning, spend 1 or 2 hours chanting the names of Krishna, will you think of Krishna? Of course. And then try to get a vocation or an activity during the day that is serving Krishna. Try to do that. That's not easy, but if you can do it, that's the best. Right? Dedicate your life. My last 35 years, I've always been, every day I do service for Krishna. I'm very fortunate. It's a great blessing, great fortune. So I worked hard to make my life in that way. So, you know, if you're not doing that at the moment, if you have to go and work for some materialistic company or something, okay, that you have to do that for now, but now try to gradually go to adjusting so that you don't have to do that. You can actually serve Krishna all day. It's possible. Does that answer? Okay. You want to add something? Or? It's okay. Any other question?
It is difficult to have a morning routine, as you're saying, like getting up in the morning with all this worldly things. And how do you start on that path?
What time do you go to bed?
Like between 10 and 11?
It's probably too late. What time do you get up?
6-ish, 6 and 7, between 6 and 7.
Yeah, so maybe if you go to bed an hour earlier and get up an hour, go to bed and get up an hour earlier, go to bed an hour earlier, it would be easier. You know, 11's very late to go to bed. If you want a spiritual practice in the morning, because by the time you get up, like I said, 6 to 7, So if you have gone to bed between 9 and 10, you'll be getting up between 5 and 6, then you'll give yourself more time. So you have to make adjustments in your life. You probably need a little bit less Bollywood. Is it true or not true?
No, I don't watch Bollywood.
That's good. A little bit less Facebook and Instagram.
Even that's not the case, but yeah, I have got your message.
Yeah. It means you have to make adjustments, that's all. It's priority. That's priority. What's the most important thing to you? If, like, when I was just in India for 1 month, I went to Brindavan and like that, so I was there for 1 month. So in the morning I was getting up at 3:30 in the morning. Because then I go to the temple at 4:30 for Mangalati. Then after Mangalati I do my japa, then I do my puja, right? And then I listen to Bhagavatam, right? And then I have prasad by 8:30. So already in the morning I've done 4 hours of spiritual practice. But if I want to get up at 3:30, I have to go to bed at 8:30. So I go to bed at 8:30, I get up at 3:30. When I'm here in the West, I can't always go to bed at 8:30 because life just means different things, business and responsibilities. But I try to go to bed as early as I can. Yeah, usually around 9 or maybe 10 at the latest. So I can get up early so I can do some spiritual activity. So it's all priority. It's what's important for you. What's your priority in life? Do you want to be spiritually successful or materially successful? You have to ask yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. That's good. Any other question?
You just a few minutes back mentioned that if you put Jesus or
Buddha,
what's the name of Islamic
Muhammad.
in a room, they will probably not argue.
Not probably, I guarantee they will be completely peaceful and harmony because they're all devotees of God. Right?
The things that they preach, some of the things, I'm not talking about Jesus, but some of the things that Islamic traditions preach, or even Muhammad himself in his book or whatever he has preached, I do not personally agree that he would be of any enlightened being. Maybe if you have other information, I don't know. He doesn't conform to any Guru Sisya tradition, and
they could
the
put
kind of butcher massacres he has done, or looting of things he has done, or the kind of materialistic incentives.
So that's why I'm following Vaishnavism. That's why I follow this, because it's the most pure of all the teachings. That's why I don't worry about it, because there's something in there. It's something spiritual. They speak about God and they do these things, but it's not the most enlightened teaching.
Yeah, especially when you don't. Krishna doesn't give incentive like you come to me, you enjoy 72 virgins. He doesn't give those kind of incentives.
So then don't follow that. Follow this.
Yeah, we are lucky born in this tradition.
Yeah, but are you following it? Are you following it?
Trying to, as much as I can.
No, you can do more. You're not doing as much as you can. You're doing something. But can you do more? Can you give more bhakti, more love to Krishna? Yeah, you can. Now you have to do it. You need a little bit of a tap. Because everyone's like that in this world. Everyone's doing something. It's good, but time to do more. Time to do more. Because time is going quickly. Already you're 30 something, are you? Yeah, so now, no time to be 40, then 50, and then... Whoa. So don't waste time, that's all. Get serious now. Be spiritual now. Especially while you're young, because you have the energy and capacity. As you get older, it actually becomes more challenging in different ways. So now's the time to focus on that. So increase it. Increase it. Yeah, you're not ready to go fully, but increase it. of that. Come closer to Krishna. You can do more. It's okay.
But why it becomes challenging when we grow old? Because by that time, my thinking is like you would have been done with your materialistic responsibilities and you would be having fun, you spend time with yourself or
Yeah.
on that path.
It's true. When you get older, you don't have as many responsibilities.
Right.
But then the body's falling apart. So both are there. So ideally, when you're young, get more serious then, because your body is strong. As you get older, the body begins, and then you got more problems, and then more difficult to practice.
But then how do you balance the two? Because you are living in a world wherein you have your karmas to do as a...
You've decided to do the karmas. No one forced you to do it. You made all the choices, right? You wanted the career. You wanted the children. You wanted this. You wanted the house. Your karma. No one made you do it. You chose your life.
Okay, if that was also my choice and if spirituality is also my choice, then how do I balance? What do I do to balance it or to have harmony so that it's not a struggle, it's not a power struggle to choose one over the other, but it follows seamlessly and it is peaceful.
Where do you live?
In Melbourne,
Yeah, which suburb?
Williams Landing.
Williams Landing. Okay. So, ISKCON, this is ISKCON, right? We have Bhakti Vriksha programs all over Melbourne. So you join one of the groups, they meet every Friday night, and then there are many people like you who have families, they're professionals, busy people, like you said, but they're also practicing bhakti, devotional service, and they can teach you how to incorporate these things into your life. So that, like you said, you can live in a balanced way and you can make progress spiritually as well. So you need Sangha. Satsang. Yeah, in India we say satsang means you need to be with the spiritual people. That's how you progress. And you need their guidance and their encouragement, and then you can also do it. So just look it up, contact the temple or speak to us. We can connect you to different groups, and then, if that's your desire. If you want to become serious about spiritual life, this is the time. Right? The world is full of problems, and the problems are about to get worse. We will see it. Next few years you'll see more problems. Right? Like India, all you guys are from India, right? 4th largest economy in the world. But you can't even drink the water. You can't even breathe the air. I was reading reports a few weeks ago. My wife was reading a report. She was telling me, in India, everyone eats paneer. 80% of the paneer in India is contaminated. Right? It's not even the food quality is not good. So now they say, we have, Modi will say, we have the 4th most powerful economy in the planet, but you can't breathe properly. You can't drink the water. The food is contaminated. Like, what sort of a life is this? And the problems are going to become much worse very soon. So now is a good time to become spiritually focused. Because soon you won't have a choice. You'll have to do it. You'll be like, oh, Krishna saved me, so let's do it now. Because Krishna's going to have to save you soon anyway. So, TK? Any other questions?
Attain Krishna's conscious or moksha, is it enough to sit and pray for Lord Krishna, or should we do some community service like helping people? Like there are people who are not doing, they are not doing the prayers, but they are more like, helping people and
No.
like that.
The best thing is that you do service in ISKCON. Because you can help the people. How are you really helping the people? We will teach you how to really help the people. So if you want to do seva, come to us. We will give you seva. Right? And that will bring you close to Krishna. Because just doing seva out there, some charity work or something, doesn't necessarily bring you closer to Krishna. Right? Maybe it does, but maybe not. But if you do seva for ISKCON, we will bring you to Krishna directly. come and join us. We will give you guidance. Any other question? Okay. Did everyone get tickets for today? You brought tickets for lunch? Yeah. If you didn't, just come and see me. You can give a donation now. But if you did, just go outside, turn left, and we will have lunch. We'll have prasadam. After lunch, after prasad, we will go to the Goshala and visit the cows. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Please come again. Hare Krishna.